Hey everybody, so I apologize, I'm not a professional YouTuber, and so I'm lacking quite a bit of polish here, not to mention professional equipment, so this probably sounds like crap too because I'm using a smartphone for both the video and the audio, but whatever. I wanted to talk really quick about the smart clock by Lenova, aptly known as the Lenova Smart Clock, and why I got it, and give some idea as to the problem that I encountered and my disappointment in the Google Mini, which is a fine product for 95% of what it does, but I had a very specific use case in mind when I bought it, and it didn't live up to that, and it merited me picking up this, which does exactly what I want, and you can probably guess what that something is, just based on the title of the unit. But let me explain, because hey, making a video, right? So, this whole thing started when I wanted to replace my conventional 1980s, 1990s style digital clock, right? This sits on top of my dresser, and when I get up in the morning, I can see it. When I step out of the shower, I can see it across the rooms. When I turn a corner, I can look at it and instantly know what time it was. That's what I thought I would get. That's what I thought I would get when I purchased the Google Mini. I thought to myself, you know what? I'm going to actually enhance my smart home configuration with the Google Mini, and I'm going to have a new digital clock in the process. Well, it didn't quite work out that way, and I'm going to show you why. So this is the Google Mini Hub, and it does a great job at showing a clock most of the time. I mean, this is the default disposition, as long as you're not talking to it, asking anything of it, or otherwise using it for any sort of information retrieval or making a duo call. It does exactly what I want. And by the way, those things I just mentioned would not even really be a problem, because if I'm interacting with it, I don't care about the time. It's just that in those periods when I'm busy with other things, getting ready in the morning or whatever, this is what I want to see. The problem is this is not what you see. For example, watch what happens when I play a radio station. WOR radio.
All right, here's 710 WOR on iHeartRadio.
All right, you see that?
Your good mutual funds inside your 401k,
you see it?
inside your Roth IRA.
What's up, buddy?
So don't try to worry about the...
Okay, we won't worry about it. All right, so you can see the problem. This is the display that comes up. And as you can see, the clock disappears. Now, I'm in the shower. I'm listening to the radio station because I played it on all speakers. I step out. The first thing I want to see is the time. How am I doing? Well, I can't because it's not there. Now, I can verbally issue a command to it. Hey, good.
It's 10:28.
And that comes up, but that's a lot more interaction than I want when I'm stepping out of the shower or when I'm rolling out of bed, rubbing my eyes, or what have you. This just is not acceptable. And there's no way to change the behavior of this. It's a shame that one very simple feature, one that you'd presume would account for the use case desires of many users, is not available in the default unit. Now, I'm not saying that the Mini is a bad component to your home automation with Google Home. It isn't. I'm going to reuse this puppy someplace else. And it's lived up to its promise in every other way. But that one nagging feature is not met by this thing. Okay, so now for the part you've probably already fast forwarded to anyway, the opening of the smart clock. And of course, I'm going to do this in non-professional YouTuber clumsy one-handed fashion using this box cutter. All right. There are safer ways to do this. God knows I should know. But if I do it right, I should be fine. You know, I'm going to return something potentially. I like to have it as pristine as possible. Just because I don't like fussing with the folks behind the counter. I mean, they do their jobs. They don't care what we're returning and who's returning it. It's just a job for the most part to them, but nonetheless, I think it goes a lot smoother. By the way, this is kind of clever. They've got the back of the clock on the back of the box. And the front of the clock on the front of the box. That holds up this way too. Front of the box. Not really. All right. Well, thought I saw a pattern. Anyway, okay. There's the box. Okay. Let's see if we can open this sucker up with one hand. Okay, after defeating the mystical magic powers of adhesive boxing, I was able to get it open, get the wrapper off, and I actually did open it, but I wanted to step back a second to show people apparently the thought that the Lenova people put into their boxes. Check this out. A magnetic clasp on the box. There we go. There it is. All right, this is definitely smaller than the Google Hub Mini, but from everything I can tell, just from the box alone and from what I've checked out online, this is going to do just about everything that the Google Mini does, with the exception that this will display the time at all times. All right, so this is the front of it. I would say it's about 3/4 smaller than the Google Mini. The side sort of has a fabric case, which I'm going to guess, in addition to maybe being better for things like dust control and whatnot, will be helpful to the sound it has to emulate or emit. And this is the back. So let's get this cover off here. Okay, I got enough likes on this. I'll become a professional YouTuber and they'll be able to afford one of those mounts or something. That's it, I don't take it that seriously, in case you can tell. Hopefully I'm getting some useful information across. I know there are people out there looking to do the same thing, and I can tell right now I'm going to have to pause again to get this sticker thing off the back, unless I find a magical peel handle somewhere. I think it's on the front. We know. No, all right. Pausing. Resuming, and there it is. Completely unsheathed. So largely a fabric texture, small display compared to the Mini, and apparently with these very simple controls on the back. So it has a microphone, so I'm going to assume maybe you can even still use it for Google Duo conversations if you want it. I have not looked at the specs for this at all, so I have no idea even how to set it up. I'm going to spare, I think, everyone the struggle through that and bring you back when I have it up and running and it's doing exactly what I want. I mean, this kind of gives you the idea, right? So that's either your volume control or a new way to charge your battery. Actually, before I get down to brass tacks, I thought I would just take a second to show off the adapter that comes with it. I unpacked it from the side of the box here, obviously. But I don't know why this would be of interest to anybody, but sometimes there's a nuance that I'm not thinking of, or people aren't thinking of, that the YouTube broadcaster overlooks by just kind of like doing the basics. So I'm taking a second here to actually spin through the otherwise mundane adapter. I mean, one nice thing is I find it's using one of these plastic clasps. These are rubber band type clasps that I've been seeing more and more in wrapped electronics. So that's nice. Anybody who's a die-hard electrician maybe can recognize the tip size or voltage output or whatever on this thing. I don't get into those kind of details, but if you are, let's capture that for you. Ooh, you're all geeking out now on FCC data. All right, let me get back to it, guys. I'll be back with the actual setup. Okay, so I've got the thing plugged into the wall. Now I'm going to make the connection to the device itself, and let's see what happens here.
Hi, I'm your Google Assistant. To get started, download the Google Home app on a phone or tablet.
So far it's behaving a lot like the Google Mini Hub itself, and honestly, if they had put a Google Mini Hub logo on this thing, I probably would not have known the difference. It is a lot smaller, like I said, but again, the clock is going to be fully displayed at all times, so that's going to make up for that size, and it's going to do everything else, at least audibly and probably to a great degree on the screen as well, that the Google Mini Hub does too. All right, so let me proceed here. I'm going to follow the instructions and I'll pick this back up when it's probably already configured, frankly, but let's see how it goes. Okay, so jumping ahead a little bit, I have the smart clock set up and it is now playing with a consistent, I should say persistent, clock display.
Sandy, Tony, and myself, so we'll be able to hear from everybody.
This is exactly the effect I wanted.
And then you're stuck with me again on the Friday show. Right now,
so now I can see that from just about any place in the room that I happen to be standing.
2019.